What's up guys, today we are going to be starting a new series called Who Was the Better Brewer? I put 16 of the best brewers in Brewers history together into a bracket and we are going to be matching them up against each other. Now there is a couple things I want to make clear before we get into the video. The criteria of how I'm going to be determining who the better brewer is based off three main things. First, we'll be going off how great of a player they were with the team. Obviously, if we are going to determine who the better brewer is, we need to go off individual performance somewhat. Next, we're going off accomplishments. When it comes to accomplishments, we'll be including team and individual accomplishments. Some guys may be at an unfair advantage due to the level of talent they had with their team, however we're going to have to go with it. The last criteria I will include for every player is the impact they had, not just on the team, but the city of Milwaukee and even the MLB altogether. So with that being said, let's start the tournament. Then I just want to put an advisory. This is just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's completely okay, and I would actually love to hear why. This is all just for fun, so if my take doesn't align with yours, try not to get too triggered. Now with all that being said, let's get into our first matchup. Yount versus Carlos Gomez. The battle of the Hall of Fame Milwaukee shortstop of the 80s versus the hot-headed electric outfitter of the early 2010s. Born September 18th, 1955 in Danville, Illinois, Yount was a special kid. In his youth, he excelled in all sports but ended up choosing baseball as his favorite. Around a year after he was born, he and his family moved out west to a region in Los Angeles called San Francisco Valley. If you don't know, Yount's father was a major leaguer who played for the Houston Astros, and his time with his father was where he fell in love with the game of baseball. Come 1973, Yount was a senior in high school where he impressed so many scouts. Matter of fact, Yount was so good in high school, the Milwaukee Brewers decided to select him as the third overall pick in the 1973 draft. At the age of 17, Yount was playing baseball for the Brewers in Single A. With the team, he excelled slashing .285, .370, and .409. Following the next year, in 1974, Yount received an invitation to the Brewers spring training roster, where Yount continued to mash. Yount was so good that he managed to become the Brewers starting shortstop at just 18 years old. Through his first 4 seasons, Yount played an average of 142 games a year, and he struggled in all of those years aside from his fourth. In Yount's fourth year in the league, he saw his first signs of greatness where he slashed .288, .333, and .377. Not the best, but still much better than his early career. But from then until the end of his career, at age 38 in 1993, he raked. His most notable year was of course 1982, where he and Paul Molitor led their team to a 96-67 record, where he recorded an insane 10.6 WAR. To put that into perspective, Shohei Ohtani recorded a 9.2 WAR in his record-shattering 2024 season. If you don't know, this is the Brewers team that won the AL pennant but unfortunately lost in 7 games to the Cardinals. Yount ended his career with a 77.4 WAR, over 3,000 hits. He was a 3-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, 2-time MVP, 3-time Gold Glover, and of course, a Hall of Famer. Yount will always be remembered as the man who made the Brewers relevant. After the Braves relocated to Atlanta and Hank Aaron went along with them, the baseball scene in Milwaukee was irrelevant for lack of a better term. With Yount being the symbol of Milwaukee baseball for many decades, it shined a light on what kind of club the Brewers were. Yount will be forever cemented as a legend in Wisconsin sports history.
The 1-2 pitch, ball line to Yount, it's short, he throws, it's over! The Brewers have won the American League pennant! Milwaukee, you have a World Series! Thousands of people streaming on to the field at County Stadium. It is absolute pandemonium. They are surrounding the Brewers. They have defeated the California Angels 3 games to 2, and they now go to the World Series. Absolutely fabulous.
Now with Yount out of the way, let's get into another one of Milwaukee's fan favorites, the must-watch Carlos Gomez. Carlos Gomez was born December 4th, 1985 in Santiago, Dominican Republic. I was unable to find his early career stats, but just know he was amazing. And at just the age of 16, the New York Mets gave Carlos Gomez an international free agent contract. Gomez was a true 5-tool player, known to hit for contact and power. He had the ability to run fast, catch tough fly balls, and throw very hard. Carlos Gomez started his minor league career in 2004. He started in the Florida Complex League where he absolutely tore it up. The year after that, he continued to tear it up in Single A ball, so the following year he was promoted to Double A. And of course, Gomez didn't slow down, and was soon promoted to AAA ball. Gomez ended up batting .283, .363, .414, and he played a total of 36 games until the Mets decided to call him up. Gomez made his debut with the Mets May 13th, 2007 against the one and only Milwaukee Brewers. But unfortunately, after one not-so-great season with the Mets, Gomez was ditched out to the Twins where he played for 2 years. He continued to struggle, and on November 6, 2009, Gomez was traded to the Milwaukee Brewers for Brewers legend J.J. Hardy. For his first 3 years in Milwaukee, Gomez continued to struggle, batting for a combined .248, .296, and .415. It wasn't until his 4th year with the Brewers where Gomez would break out. In 2013 with the Brewers, Gomez displayed his 5-tool prowess to perfection, where he slashed .284, .338, .506, with an .843 OPS and .128 OPS+. This year, Gomez was an All-Star, Gold Glove winner, and placed in 9th in MVP voting. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention he had a whopping 7.6 WAR? 2014 was more the same, where he was again an All-Star, placed 16th in MVP voting, and had a .129 OPS+. In 2015, Gomez was shipped to the Houston Astros in a trade where the Brewers traded Carlos Gomez, Michael Fiers, and cash for Brett Phillips, Domingo Santana, Josh Hader, Adrian Hauser. You can decide who won that trade. Carlos was beloved in Milwaukee for his contagious, fiery attitude and temper. Due to his temper, of course, a couple of benches did clear with his time in Milwaukee. Their crew made it to the playoffs once in 2011, however, Gomez wasn't much of a factor on the team at the time. Carlos Gomez was one of the Brewers who made watching baseball fun, and his time in Milwaukee will be cherished forever. And for the results? I'm sure coming into the video you knew Yount would be the victor. He's arguably made the greatest impact on Brewers baseball for the time the franchise existed. You can't give the history of the Brewers without mentioning Robin Yount. Gomez was a great, fun, must-watch player with the crew, but his lack of time, accolades, and impact with the crew is the reason why he lost today. Thank you guys for watching, I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.